Hello, everybody, and welcome to the GridIrons Recap, sponsored by the attorneys at Keller and Holland and the Jason Coronius team at Country Financial out in Libertyville. I'm Dan Irons out here at Barrington High School. Second round 8A action between Barrington and visiting Naperville Central. 28-21, these guys were down 14-0 and 21-7. Come back to advance to the quarterfinals where they'll host Maine South next Saturday. I'm here with Nick Peipert, game-winning TD pass to this guy, Conor Fitzpatrick, from 12 yards out with about 6 minutes left. Conor, just take me through that drive and also about your team's resiliency down 14 points at two different junctures.
Yeah, starts in the summer. We work hard every week in the weight room. Ever since our off season, we've been grinding, and we know that we're challenged. Nobody believes in us, but that's not in the team. We're a family. We believe in each other. When we're going out there on that last drive, we say to ourselves, we got the rest of the game to close it out and score a touchdown. And obviously we did that. Good job by the O-line. Nick made a great throw, and the rest took care of itself.
Hey, Barrington's on to the third round, and they'll host the third game in a row. Let's get to the highlights. Undefeated Barrington hosting 8-2 Naperville Central Saturday night. Broncos won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. Redhawks opening drive, and they came out red hot. Moved the ball down the field quickly, and after NC signal caller Jack Cook connects with Logan Devick for 37 yards, Cook calls his own number and trucks into the end zone from 2 yards out to give the visitors the 7-0 edge with 9:14 left in the first. Barrington had a quick 3-and-out on its opening possession, and Naperville Central wasted no time forging ahead by 2 scores when Cook hits junior running back Aiden Clark on a 24-yard screen pass for 6, and the Hawks led 14-0 midway through the opening stanza. But just 2 minutes later, the Broncos flex their muscles on the ground and matriculate down the field quickly on the legs of Dylan Fitzpatrick and Calvin Jackson, and it's Jackson who strikes Peipert, 16-yard TD run with 3:46 to play in the period. Redhawks still up 14-7 at that juncture. Naperville countered even quicker on its next possession and went up 2 scores again in the span of 1 minute 19 seconds as Clark gallops in for the score from 5 yards out, 21-7 Redhawks with 2:27 to go, and that would be the score after 1. Broncos then committed what could have been a costly turnover in its own territory early in the second. However, Matt Marusic snags the errant pass for the INT and the huge momentum shift. And just 2 minutes into the second frame, Fitzpatrick, 37-yard house call, nobody is going to catch him, and it's 21-14 Naperville at the 9:46 mark. 4 and change to intermission now. Barrington on the march once again, but on 4th and 2 at the Naperville Central 15, the Redhawks come up with the big stop and turnover on downs. Barrington got one last shot to tie before the break thanks to the defense, and this time they would capitalize. Aided by clutch grabs by Marusic, the first a 13-yard grab on 3rd and 8 to move the chains, and the second fights for the possession here, wrestles it free, and makes the miraculous 34-yard reception down to the Redhawk 1. Seconds later, it's Fitzpatrick from short distance, and the game was knotted at 21, headed to halftime. Late in the third now, Redhawks attempt a 48-yard field goal try that falls short, and the game still stood at 21 apiece, headed into the fourth QT. Early fourth now, Broncos offense could not get anything going with 10 to play, and were forced to punt, and what a punt it was. Fitzpatrick, 55-yard boot that pins the Redhawks deep in its own territory, and it would get even deeper after an intentional grounding call on the drive. Facing a 3rd and 30, NC couldn't convert, and Barrington benefits with a short field with 7 minutes remaining. Riding the wave of energy from a packed stadium, junior signal caller Nick Peipert, P-E-I-P-E-R-T, hits Will Naza for 28 yards, and then on 3rd and 8 from the 12, Peipert connects with Conor Fitzpatrick from the go-ahead score with 6:08 left in regulation, 28-21 Barrington. Then the Broncos D made sure the score stayed that way. Ensuing NC drive, 3rd and 8, Ian Martirosian with the clutch sack to force the punt there. Redhawks would get the ball one more time, but on 4th and 2, Barrington D holds once again. Turnover on downs, home team with the kneel downs, and Broncos are victorious. 28-21 final, now 11-0 on the season. They are moving on to the quarterfinals and will host 10-1 Maine South on Saturday. Well, hey, that's it from Barrington High School. For GridIrons, I'm Dan Irons.